Hello, everyone. I want to welcome you to the Strok'D experience. You got D-Luv on the mic, and sitting right next to me is my brother. What's up, Stro?
Oh, not a whole lot. Living another day.
So, tonight we said, we're going to get here. We're going to do something different. We're going to kind of let you guys into our world. We're going to step out on that stage, and we're going to do what we do. So, you might hear us talking or whatever. We may not be talking to you, but guess what? You guys get to witness it.
You made me think for a split second. You said world.
World.
Why not universe?
Let's go with it.
No, I'm asking.
No, let's go with it. That's
Okay.
more appropriate. Galactic.
Well,
let's do it.
The problem becomes we look in such a narrow view. A world is just a simple view. A universe is a little bit more expounded.
Right.
So why not see that view?
But that's the view I see. I guess I try to put it where everybody else can relate to it. But like you said, we welcome them into our world, like I said. So, it's time. You guys already know what time it is. Strok'D, the art of mental stimulation, where we touch subjects at depths that most people aren't willing to go, man. We might take you there. Maybe some stuff you don't understand, some stuff you never heard before. Some stuff you may have, but guess what? You may have heard it all before, but not quite like this.
You have a radio's voice.
Why people keep telling me that, man?
I don't know. Maybe it's soothing.
I can say the same about you.
I don't know about that.
I don't know, man, but let's go with it, man. I'm just sitting here talking to my brother, and, sometimes we talk. Most of the time we talk, we're out of body. I mean, not to take you guys too fast when we're sitting here, but, it's our spirit, darling.
Don't do that.
Don't do it?
No, don't take them fast. You got to educate them along the way.
All right,
that's
man.
kindness.
Okay, let's go with it then, man.
I said it.
That's kindness? Yeah. Okay, I thought you had something to say, man. Imperfection I want to talk about, though, man. People walk around this world, and for some reason, we know we're imperfect, but, we still try to be perfect. We still strive for it. So, I don't know. What do you think that is, brother? I'm talking to you. I'm not talking for anyone else to listen, whatever. I'm talking straight to you. What do you think it is that make people strive for perfection, but yet it doesn't exist?
The problem with perfection is you have an idea that got created in your mind, and all of a sudden, you're reaching for that. Disharmony and harmony is what we should look for.
Okay.
Connectivity, beauty and love.
Okay.
When you seek things outside of that, you're looking for your analytical mind, and your analytical mind is what causes that.
Right.
Disharmony.
I realize too that people that other people see as elevated or on that path, if you're on that journey of spirituality and really going within yourself and finding yourself, people look at you like you're supposed to be perfect. You have certain people, myself, probably you included, we do certain things, they look at it a different way, they hold it to a higher standard, but we're human just like them.
Well, that's expectation. I read a book one time that talked about that. It was an analyzation about the heart, because emotion stems from that, right?
Okay.
So when I look at that particular fact, I say, why do we do that? Why do we create these expectations within our conscious mind, and then we start projecting it to other people?
Right.
Right, and then all of a sudden we see disconnect. Because you know what, D-Luv, I expect you to always show me kindness.
I always will.
But when you don't, in my mind,
okay,
what happens?
I don't know. What happens?
Well, I expect you to be perfect.
You expect me to be perfect? Oh, no, because I'm not.
Right.
Showing kindness to you at that time. But in my mind,
in my perception.
Yeah, in your perception. Because in my mind, it could be kindness. In my mind, I'm thinking, it might come off as tough love or whatever. But in my mind, I'm doing something to maybe help elevate you to a different version of yourself, even though you may not see that for yourself. But, so at sometimes, right, because I could never see myself just purposely being unkind to you.
So now, okay, you're going to bring me to something.
All right, go ahead.
What's your intention?
What's my intention? It's always to elevate my brother, man. Like I say, I might see something that you don't see, but that may not necessarily be what you want for yourself. So, you got to let people live their own journey, their own path. I mean, you can get in there and tell them a couple of things, whatever, but everybody's on their journey. Like, if I see someone on drugs, I may look at them and say, I don't want them on drugs. They shouldn't be on drugs. They'd be better off if they wasn't on drugs. But I could do that all day and tell them that all day until they're ready to do that for themselves. I mean, I'm wasting my breath, basically. It might echo in the back of their mind, but they're not going to move until they're ready to move.
Facts. Well, we got to hit the cerebral.
Okay.
That's the most important part. So don't cast pearls to swine.
Okay.
So if you want to be real kind to people that are dealing with something or an ailment, it's not your words that are the most important at that particular moment. It's your action. It's about how you show the affection. It's about how you show the love. You almost want me to come back to that 5 for 5, talking about what a friend is.
Okay.
I had to look that up because I had to do some homework.
Yeah, y'all check if y'all check that out.
Yeah, do that because that made up word is a thing. So at that particular moment, what we're trying to do is connect to another person. So none of the words really truly matter. It's about bonding at that moment.
Right. We were talking before with a friend of mine, and it came up that kindness is a dangerous game. So he said kindness can be dangerous. Do you agree with that? That you could be too kind?
Well, the problem in our world is that kindness can be mistaken for weakness, and kindness can get abused.
Okay.
And the problem is, psychologically speaking, you might be talking to an individual that knows how to protect themselves.
Okay.
So the best choice in life is not to abuse another, not to manipulate.
So you saying we shouldn't stop being kind just because we run into those people that do those type of things?
Not.
Or whatever?
I mean, look, why would you rob yourself of your kindness, your love, your self-respect? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Being kind to yourself.
Right. Are you
afraid?
You're always in a more peaceful state when you are kind. Anytime I find myself being kind, because when I say I'm kind to you, I always will be kind to you. I'm just going to call a spade a spade. I'm not always kind to everybody. You know, sometimes...
Get your gun.
Right, he's like, get your gun. I'm not always kind to everybody. Sometimes I may be in a mental space where I'm just like, get away from me, get around me. Like, and I think people supposed to, tongue-tied, understand, that I'm in that space. And sometimes I'm not, I come off as rude. I come off as all these things, man. And so, I don't know, you got to kind of be mindful of that, too.
I don't think you're rude, but you're right.
Sometimes they can come off as rude, the delivery of it. Yeah.
Now we're talking about perspective again.
Yeah, right.
People's perspective creates their own reality, and that's what happens. You don't know what mind has been conditioned, so what you see may not be what is real. Israel. So, Israel. Play on words.
Oh, I got you.
But, my struggle with that again is, what are you searching for when you're interacting with another person? You being kind for what reason? To gain something or just to be kind and lift something?
Most people are, man. Most people are. Kindness, too. You think being naive can come into that. I had a time, and I'm going to be transparent. I was in, I think, college or something like that. And I had someone, I thought, they were a friend. And, I was just, coming from Mississippi, coming from the country. Well, I was in Mississippi, too, but I went to another part of Mississippi. And, I was just someone asked me to borrow. I had an Xbox. And someone was like, he wants to borrow your Xbox or whatever. I'm just like, oh, I know you. You're my friend, so I know, you're going to protect that and make sure everything's good. So I ain't think anything of it. Let him see the Xbox. Never saw the Xbox again, man. So at that time, I said I'd never be naive again. And it kind of made me say, I'm gonna stop being so nice. I'm gonna stop being so kind. I had a period in my life when that's what I really felt. I'm glad I closed myself off.
Yeah, I bet. And I'm glad you brought up the word friend in that particular story.
Right.
Because when I looked up friend, I tried to separate the word to see if it was something, but it was nothing. But long story short, when you break friend down, it comes from free on.
Okay.
FREON with an accent bar. So when I looked at it, I said, "Oh my God, that's cold as all get out."
Free on. Was that wasn't a dad joke, was it? Cause I'm sorry, cause
you're trying to say I'm old.
Oh no,
that's what I get.
He said that's cold. I said, oh,
it is cold.
I should have hit the clapping button or the laughing button or something on that, man. Oh man, I forgot to give you your props, brother.
It's all good. It's all good. But when you broke it down a little further, it talked about being free.
Right.
That was the last word on the page.
Right. You brought that up on the 5 for 5 that just passed. Right.
So you got to be careful because your friends are not supposed to make you feel frigid. Fearful.
Most people don't truly know how to be a friend because a lot of people, they befriend other people, so, quote unquote. I think it's in survival mode too. It's like you said. I think it's what can I get from them? What do I benefit from them? And it's not all about just love and kindness or whatever. And you also have some people. I know someone that calls someone a friend, and all they do is bring negativity into their life. So I'm like, why do you keep this person around? And it's just so they won't be lonely. Just because I have no one else, whatever. So
yes, because that's a thing, man. We're so afraid of ourselves and our own thoughts that we'll gravitate to people simply just to have them around.
Right.
That's dangerous because now they become your influence. They become your pattern of thought.
Right.
Instead of your own pattern of thought.
I think, and I think we spoke about this the other day. Like people think we evolve and we don't, you know, we always vibrating high. We do that though. And we talked about it. When I was a kid, I spent a lot of time to myself. I spent a lot of time, and you can ask my sister, there's anybody, I always bring my sister up. I spent a lot hours as a kid, just in my room, doors closed, music playing, notebook out, writing, thinking, letting whatever God has inside of me flow through me in private, because I didn't think I could be that out in the open, you know, because other people wasn't like that. Other kids wasn't like that. Other adults wasn't like that. I wasn't surrounded by this environment that I feel like I can do that.
I think people are impressed, or they appreciate, a better word, your creativity. Well, that stems from your imagination.
Right.
And I can kind of relate to that because, you know, I grew up with deaf parents, so that by proxy makes me a coder. So when you're in that type of silence of an environment, you know, I remember sitting on the couch, laying on the couch, and looking up at the ceiling. I told somebody that recently, and talking to myself and imagining that I was talking to a person.
Okay.
You know, and the thing about that makes it more beautiful is your creativity and your imagination gets enriched.
Right. When you spend a lot of time with yourself, is what you're saying?
Yeah. And look, what do we talk about in this world? Everybody talks about being woke, right? Self-love is supposed to be a part of that concept. Well, if you don't know yourself, how can you love yourself, and how can you love another? We'll go back to that principle again. So when you talk to yourself, like prayer,
right,
for example, when you talk to God, and God's supposed to exist within you,
right,
how you connect those two if you never do it?
I think if people learn how to sit with themselves in the present, I think that's the key to it, and it just hit me. Most of the time when we sit with ourselves, I mean, it's okay to, you know, go back to the past or whatever, but a lot of people get stuck in it. You know, you're supposed to be able to flow through it if you're going to do it like that. But be able to sit with yourself in the present, not have to think about stuff in the future that's coming, and not have to think about things in the past. Just exist. And a lot of people don't know how to do that, man. I mean, it's all that trauma in the background and all the anxiety for wanting to be this or successful ahead. So if we can learn to sit with ourselves in the present, and I think that's what it is. If you just turn everything off, actually, everybody who listens to this, and I don't know where you might be at work. I don't know. You might be commuting. If you're commuting, don't do it because you got close your eyes. Close your eyes where you at. Take a moment. Close your eyes. Let the surroundings around you just disappear, man, and just really tap into yourself and who you are. And, you know, just feel that feeling of who you are. Feel the breath in your body, man. Feel your toes tingle. I mean, feel your fingertips. Let them wiggle a little bit. I mean, be within yourself, because a lot of times we rushing through this world and we don't take the time to sit there with ourselves, man, and we forget ourselves. And you don't want that to happen. And you find yourself trying to chase something that's sitting there all alone.
Come on, preach. You know, Epicureanism came to mind.
Okay.
You know, and we talked about that before, and I kind of want to, you know, come back to it so I can give a little bit further explanation about it. Epicureanism should exist with a balance, and all that means is enjoy the moment, live in the moment, you know, for tomorrow you shall die, you know, stuff like that, right?
Right.
But you don't want to get carried away and not build a future at all. Right. So at the end of the day, enjoy the moment, love the moment, right? You know what I'm saying? And as that moment exists, it should build the future. Right.
And be okay with who you are right now. Right now, this moment, imperfect and flawed, because guess what? You will always be imperfect and flawed. So be okay with who you are. Accept it. Like when I say those eyes are closed and you breathe it in, like be happy as you. You're alive and you have that next day, next moment to do something, to even try. So, you know, it's okay. These things that we have of what's beautiful or what's successful or what we're supposed to be or what we have to be, man, it's just clogging who you really are. It's clogging your mind. If you just be at the highest version of yourself, man, you'll see all that success and all that stuff you want. It's already in you. It's right there. It's within us. Right there. Just be yourself.
Oh, my God.
What's going on?
I was trying to figure out why I felt compelled to walk in some type of establishment or building.
Okay.
And I don't know, is it cloth or something? Like, could you imagine like a closet and somebody came up to you to talk to you and y'all couldn't see each other but through a skirted window?
Oh, okay. How did that come to you?
I don't know. I was looking at you just now and I saw a priest.
Oh, wow. Seriously?
Just in case I got to bring people up.
Oh, okay. That's a compliment.
Yeah, you should take it.
I'll take that, man. I mean,
don't take it?
Walk with me, man. Walk with me.
Let's
come along on this journey, man. Let's go into the woods.
A journey is nothing but a day.
And you said that before, but I don't think I know we talked about this together on the porch. But I don't think you briefly said on 5 for 5, and we didn't really jump into it. I kind of skated over it because I knew we didn't have enough time, man. You need to break that down, man.
Well,
a journey is but a day.
This is the part for me. English is a language that was concocted in the late 1700s, early 1800s, right?
Okay.
So for me, when you think about the word journey, it's supposed to be a life pattern. You're taking a journey. It's a path. It's a road.
Okay.
But if I told you, hey, look, we're going to make a journey to the village.
Okay.
It's going to take a day.
One day. Okay.
So the concept starts to resonate because a journey is nothing but a day.
When you say that, and I think I said before, it's like when we talked about the illusion of time. I think, all these things are put into place, though. But if you erase all of that and just go and just exist with none of this time, no months, no days, no years, any of that, and every day we're just living and we're just existing, I can hear what you're saying. A journey is but a day. If we had none of that there, it's just a day, just a long day. Right.
That's it. And as we kind of mentioned, we were sitting on the porch listening to the crickets, God's nature, his creation, 120 in Romans.
Right.
At the end of it all, we're just voices speaking what he's speaking to us.
That's it.
So throughout that day, in his perspective, not our own, a day is 1,000 years. So why do we look at it as if the minutes are passing?
Right.
Sometimes we find ourselves checking the clock.
Yeah, me too.
In the journey.
Yeah, because we have to in this world.
We should not.
We should not, but we do, man.
And watch it slow down.
So, but you can't, in this world, we can't erase time as far as, time, if you think time actually exists, we can't. They put it into place. When the bell rings, you got to be there. If you're late to work, you get docked. And
get to this class.
Right.
Get to lunch. You got A or B.
Right.
In bigger schools, C. Maybe D.
I really wish I could exist in a world like that, though. Where I'm just, just being me. Nothing matters, just being me. I don't have to have a second thought about just being me. I just want to exist as myself, man. And is that too much to ask people? Is that too much to ask? To be able to just exist as ourselves. And it may seem like we've talked about some of this before because we have. If you pay attention to it, I mean, it's a big circle. It's a step. Everything's a stepping stone to the next thing right here. And tonight, we just said, we just going to get on here and talk, man. We might see us getting on here, no topic. Just you'll think it's a vibe for fire. We just, we having a conversation. We letting you guys get in on it. But, we may not even title this to the end.
Well, based on your voice, I feel like you're stroking it.
Oh, man, that's how you feel?
Well, based on how you were talking, if they could see you. I want to put this in a vision or a picture.
Okay, paint it. Let me close my eyes.
Your neck was out. Your forehead was elevated.
Okay.
You were sitting there and your words seemed soothing.
Ooh.
Next thing I knew, I was captivated.
Oh, wow. Jesus, you just took it there, man.
Don't call on him. You
know what that took me to? And I'm going to say this myself, and I mentioned to him often. That took me to episode 1. I don't know if people just jumping on this journey. I don't know. People who've already been on this journey with us. If you go back to episode 1, watch the evolution. But episode 1 was the most pure, the most raw. I mean, we really that was our first time. We just got on there just recording.
Oh, you were a virgin.
But the flow that you just had, and, the back and forth, the wave between us, man, the episode 1 did it. It solidified. If you listen to episode 1, you ride that wave, you understand what this whole thing is about.
Oh, purpose.
Purpose.
Remember that?
Who has the biggest purpose? That's the name of it, man. Okay, you sound like a true fan.
I am.
Ah, man. Well,
I'm not a fanatic, though. Well, sometimes I seem extreme.
Yeah, we're going to have to save some of this conversation, though, for next time. We're going to do a little more of these of just being free and transparent and open and let whatever happens come out. We had to take it slow this time. We're virgins to this.
I was just about to say my apologies for taking it slow because we know y'all virgins on the mic.
Oh, yeah. We had to kind of let you know where the flow going to go to. We start like episode 1. We start you off. Then we get you rolling, man. Man, you guys know what just happened to you, though.
You just got stroked up.
You just got stroked all the way up. Bye.